A new poll conducted by CNN/ORC shows that both Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump, both anti-establishment candidates, mind you, have risen considerably in the polls. So now with respect to Bernie Sanders, among 358 registered Democrats, 47% say they would vote for Clinton, while 29% say they will vote for Bernie Sanders. So now that's just 18 points behind her. Now to really put this in perspective, the last poll conducted by CNN and ORC put Sanders at 19%, whereas 56% of voters said that they would vote for Hillary Clinton. That was 37 points behind her. Now, back in June, when I first started filming this podcast, depending on the poll, a lot of other polls stated that Bernie Sanders was about 37 points, give or take, behind Hillary Clinton. Now, as you can see, he's had this meteoric rise, and we haven't even had the first debate yet. What I initially contended was that he's going to have a gradual increase as time goes on. But my hypothesis was that once the debates actually take place, he's going to just surge. But I'm actually wrong. He's been surging without the debates. So now I'm really curious to see what's going to happen after the debates. Because he's going to destroy Hillary Clinton in the debates. That's inevitable. Because she can't answer questions. So I am so excited to see where this turns out. And look, their first primary is in February. He's done all this in about 3 months. Less than 3 months, actually. That's crazy. So anyways, it is officially time for Hillary Clinton to start freaking out. Because she is losing ground. And if Bernie Sanders continues on this track, he's going to start pulling away. It's not just going to be close. I mean, he's going to start being 5-10 points ahead of her. I can't predict that for sure, but that's just what I'm speculating based on the current trend. Now, in the same poll, Joe Biden is polling at 14%, Martin O'Malley is sitting at 2%, and Jib Webb is sitting at a whopping 1%. Wow, wow, wow. Dude, you gotta start, take a tour of the media, hold a rally. I don't know, how can you poll at 1% when there's only a couple people? That's crazy. Anyways, here's some of the more odd findings in the poll. So those that lean toward the Democratic Party contend that Clinton will be better at 4 issues: economic issues, race issues, foreign policy, and income inequality. Now, I don't get where these voters are getting that, because Hillary Clinton would be terrible at 3 out of 4 of these issues, and she would just be bad at one of them, which would be the race issue. So this is odd, but I think that this is also going to change when the debates actually take place, because they'll hear a little bit of Bernie Sanders' speech maybe in the media, because you don't get to see his full speeches, so they'll hear just a snippet, and they can't really ascertain what he's fully about. So when they actually get to hear him, and when he has this national platform, I think that this is going to change as well. Now, here's for the most terrifying part about this poll. Now, a lot of polls will question respondents on hypothetical scenarios. So, in a hypothetical matchup between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, 51% of respondents would vote for Hillary Clinton, and 45% would vote for Donald Trump. So, he's just 6 points behind Hillary Clinton. Now, what does this mean? This means that he's nationally electable. Nationally electable. So the dude with the bird's nest on his head, who's running his platform based on racism and xenophobia, he's now nationally electable. My head is about to pop off my body. That's insane. But here's what I think it is. I don't necessarily think that his surge is fueled by racism and xenophobia, although that's definitely a part of it. If you analyze the situation, I think that the fact of the matter is that both Republicans and Democrats are fed up with the establishment. They don't want politics as usual. They want money out of politics. They want politicians to stop lying. Even if they say the most absurd shit possible, like Donald Trump, I think that they'll appreciate the fact that he's telling the truth. So that's what I think that Donald Trump's surge can be attributed to. I don't necessarily think that Americans are that pro-anti-immigrant, because when you look at the polls, 65% of Americans say that they don't want immigrants to be deported. They want undocumented immigrants to get a path to citizenship. Now, if it comes down to Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump, let's say hypothetically that Bernie Sanders gets the Democratic nomination and Donald Trump secures the Republican nomination, who's going to win? Okay, Bernie Sanders is going to whoop Donald Trump's ass. There's absolutely no question about it. Landslide. I'm talking landslide numbers. Donald Trump even though this poll shows that he's nationally electable within this pool of respondents, how are you going to go and win a full election with 320 million people when you throw under 50% of the population, all women, when you throw under a huge significant portion, Mexicans and undocumented immigrants? Although they can't vote, a lot of Mexicans, they don't agree with what he says about undocumented immigrants. Now, I'm Hispanic, and I find his comments extremely offensive. Now, I can't speak for all Latino Americans, but I'm just saying that when you hear this, you know that it's not necessarily coming from a place of practical policy that he's against undocumented immigrants, but it's coming from a place of racism and malice. So the way that I take it is that he doesn't like people who are Latino. So in the end, look, Donald Trump is a clown. He doesn't have any substantive policy proposals, and Bernie Sanders is going to whoop him. Now, what this poll shows overall is that anti-establishment candidates are doing very, very well. What I don't get is how Donald Trump is surging past Rand Paul. I mean, Rand Paul is, by and large, an anti-establishment candidate, but he's really, once he started campaigning, his campaign took a turn for the worse. I mean, he's now talking about religion. He's now trying to pander to that fringe right-wing group, when really he could potentially get a lot of people from the middle. So I don't get how he's not surging, but I think part of it has to do with his rhetoric. It's just become more religious. It's become more establishment, even though I don't think he's part of the establishment. I think that he's still, by and large, is trying to get that fringy part of the Republican base. So in the end, very interesting poll. I'm very excited to see how, in just like a month from now, how much further Bernie Sanders will progress.